one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it because you can.
This one's really being talked about. NBC 10 Boston. A former classmate of Enrique Delgado Garcia is speaking out. Even as authorities continue to search for an outside agency unbiased enough to oversee the investigation into the Massachusetts State Police recruit's death. Giovanni Jean-Baptiste told the NBC 10 Boston investigators he lasted just 18 weeks in the Massachusetts State Police Academy before he was kicked out. He's now questioning how a supervised training could lead to his friend and former classmate Delgado Garcia's death. Delgado Garcia, who's 25 at the time, died at a hospital last Friday, a day after becoming unresponsive during a training exercise at the Massachusetts State Police Academy in New Braintree, according to state police. A state police spokesman said the Academy's on-site medical team responded immediately after Delgado Garcia became unresponsive. They determined he required urgent medical care and took him to the hospital where he died. Authorities have said there is a video of the incident which happened in a boxing ring. Jean-Baptiste said he participated in a boxing exercise while at the academy and can't understand how Delgado Garcia ended up with such serious injuries like missing teeth, skull damage, and a fractured neck. He said as an Army reservist who went through basic training, Jean-Baptiste knew 16-hour days at the academy would be grueling, but he alleges he was bullied, told on multiple occasions to go back to Haiti, and deprived of food and sleep. One trooper, he assured me, he told me, "You're not going to graduate. I'm not going to lie to you. I will never let you graduate that place. You don't deserve to be here. You will never wear that uniform," says Jean-Baptiste to NBC Boston. He goes on, "Physically, I was prepared. Mentally, I was prepared for training, but not mental abuse. Every day bullying me. It's the first time I saw bullying like what is really bullying. What is really, really hard for me is to confirm that Delgado is dead from the academy. I want to know what happened to him." The Massachusetts State Police released a statement saying in part that they do not tolerate any form of hazing, discrimination, or misconduct, and we thoroughly investigate any allegation of such behavior. You must think we're stupid. Blowing smoke right up our ass. Goes on, privacy laws prevent the department from commenting further on any details of the trainee's dismissal. However, the department vehemently denies the allegations. Of course you do. You're going to deny them. Deny them. But we know. We know. Come on. Now, meanwhile, we're still waiting to learn which agency or entity will investigate Delgado Garcia's death. Quote, "Because of this close relationship, someone else will be handling this matter," says Early from the state police. "There's no way this office can handle this. That means an outside entity will need to investigate. But that is complicated by the fact that all of the other district attorney's offices in the state and even the Attorney General Andrea Campbell's office has state police detectives assigned to them." So it's like an integrity issue, an ethics issue. "We have to figure some things out, and we have to figure them out rather quickly," Campbell said Tuesday. She said, "I'm in conversation with DA Early, the district attorney, and other agencies to talk about who is best positioned to take on this investigation. We all agree he has a conflict of interest. He knows the family. It's too deep. We'll have a decision point very soon to figure out who is best to lead this investigation," she added. And she goes on, even more, "I get the sense of urgency here for the family. They have a lot of questions. They need a point of contact to go to and someone to navigate this investigation on their behalf. No, they need justice to be served." Making it even more difficult, Campbell said, is that There's a civil case as well, and as the Attorney General, she represents state agencies like the state police. She said, so it's a dual role here. I have to navigate very carefully. We'll get to a place where the family has answers and an appropriate authority to investigate for them. Now, Delgado Garcia's family is demanding answers in the wake of his death, saying they don't understand how a training exercise could have left him with fatal injuries, including severe brain trauma in boxing. His mother told NBC 10 Boston and Telemundo Nueva Inglaterra, that's TV, that he was hit and injured. The police training in question can cover a range of physical encounters to defend against tackles, punches, and other attacks. The state police spokesman did not specify the type of exercise Delgado Garcia took part in. Now, quote from Sandra Garcia, I don't understand why it was so rough if it was just training. I want them to explain it to me, that the state explains to me what happened with my son. Why did he hit him so hard that it killed him, that it destroyed his brain and broke all of my son's teeth, and he had a neck fracture too, my son. Now, Governor Gov Healy made her first public remarks about the tragedy on Tuesday, calling Delgado Garcia's death absolutely so heartbreaking and sad, while also urging people not to jump to conclusions. She said, my heart goes out to Enrique's family. She said, obviously, as with any death, there will be an investigation. We certainly want to understand exactly what happened and be very clear in communicating with Enrique's family about that. She goes on, as governor, I'm committed to making sure we have a full understanding of what happened and will clearly communicate with the public on that. Yeah, okay. Healy said she did not want to comment on the family's remarks until the investigation is complete and does not see any need to halt training exercises as a result of Delgado Garcia's death. What? She said, I think people need to not jump to conclusions. I think that's important until we know the facts. Right now, that class, actually, they're about to wrap up training. In fact, their graduation ceremony is just a few weeks. But we're going to make sure the matter is thoroughly reviewed and we understand exactly what happened. Protecting the men and women who are both training and serving us out there is certainly first and foremost, end quote, says the governor. There's so many things wrong in this story. There are so many things wrong. I mean, this guy's in a training exercise. He gets beaten so bad in a training exercise that he has broken teeth, brain injury, fractured neck. And they're like, we're not going to halt the training just for that. Come on, don't jump to conclusions. A guy got beat the hell up and died. Of course you're going to halt the training. But then they're like, don't jump to conclusions. What conclusions? That the guy's laying in the hospital with a fractured neck, busted teeth, and a brain injury from a police exercise? Well, we have to train them. You know, they're going to be on the street fighting people. They got to be trained up. So, Governor, quit blowing smoke up our ass. Tell the state police to quit blowing smoke up people's ass. Get out of that little chair you got with your little fanny. Walk the hell down there and find out what happened. Well, that's what we're doing. No, you're not. I don't know. I'm just pissed off because it pisses me off. These stories happen every week. Every week we see a story like that. Every week.